And welcome everybody to the Huddle here on King9 streaming platforms. I'm Jason Barr, joined by Pat Parris. As always, Tuesday at this time, Pat's at the King9 studios. I am in McKell Center because we just did some interviews with the players, the Arizona men's basketball players, before they head out to San Diego. They're leaving tomorrow for their game Friday night. Good afternoon, Pat. How are you?
I'm great. Nice job with the players. They can find that on our Facebook page. It was great to have that on live, Jason. That's something we don't normally get to do, is interview the players live like that. But it worked out great as everybody's getting excited about San Diego.
Yeah, it's great that the U of A made that availability at 2 o'clock. We aired that on our CW channel. They had all 8 players who were in the rotation. And Pat, I think the big thing out of that was Katereese. It looks like he's going to try to play. That was great. He answered, all the questions honestly. He's like, I just got back from rehab, and they don't know for sure today, but I think they're going to try to give it a go. And not that they even need him to get by that first round game, but it'll be a good game. I think that he could be able to test out his ankle to see how it is.
Yeah, and I would agree. I think the biggest thing for him was he said he's never had anything even close to that severe of an ankle sprain before. They all roll their ankles at times, and some guys are more prone to ankle injuries than others. And that was just an awkward way he kind of landed. I believe it was Christian Coloco's foot. He just kind of landed on and rolled completely over to the side. So I think more than anything, he was scared, because it felt like it was broke to him, and they did x-rays. It wasn't, and there was some relief at that point. And I think you're right. I think the important thing is he's gone through this rehab process now. He'll have a few more days. He can go on Friday if he's ready to go. If he's not, he'll go on Sunday. Either way, I think he's going to want to get some playing time on that ankle just to get going again and get the process. Nothing helps that like playing on it if it's to the right point, if you follow me. If it's not quite ready, don't play on it. If it's ready, then go ahead and start playing on it and kind of ease yourself back into the lineup. And a play-in game winner is probably the game where you maybe ease them in a little bit.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket. Arizona plays its game Friday at 4:27. The game's going to be on True TV, and it's going to be in San Diego against, you see there, if we can just play that video out, if it'll play out, the rest will populate Wright State and Bryant. The Wildcats will play the winner of that game in the first round. That's a play-in game. And then you can't see it there, but they play Seton Hall and TCU, that winner. If the video is not playing out, I guess we can just take that out because that should populate to everything if we continue to play the video. But if it's not playing, then it's not playing.
Issue.
But anyway, what you can't see there is a potential Sweet 16 matchup against either Illinois or possibly Tennessee, a couple other teams there in the South bracket. But that game Wednesday night, it's going to be tomorrow night, Wright State against Bryant, and certainly that should not be a difficult matchup for Arizona as they come off that Pac12 tournament win.
Right, and in actuality, Jason, because of because we're now 3 hours difference with the East Coast, I think that Wright State game might actually be pretty early. I think it'll be done by the time sports goes on at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So we should have a pretty good understanding of who they're going to play. Not that it makes a whole lot of difference. Yeah, 3:40 is tip-off. So that game, 3:40,
that'll be over,
4:40, 5:45-ish, it'll be over. Yeah. So we'll know by that point. And as mentioned, probably doesn't matter all that much, although I thought it was interesting. It was Justin Kier, right, who said that he has a friend, a former teammate that plays on Bryant. So we'll see, maybe there's a familiarity, at least with one player, if they take on Bryant.
Yeah, new information there for sure from the Wildcats. Justin Kier really did a terrific job, and so did Dalen Terry. Terry was fantastic in the Pac-12 tournament.
He really
filling in for Katereese. So you can really tell that Justin Kier is enjoying this moment. I mean, here's a guy who's in his 6th year of college basketball. He got that extra year from COVID. He started his career at George Mason, transferred to Georgia. He's originally from Virginia. He was looking for a new home. And he's almost kind of had to take a step back this year because he had to come off the bench. As a 6th-year senior, you want to play, but he's been very mature, in that role, and he's contributed and he did a really good job. And he's a very different player than Katereese. As we look at some images here of the Wildcats winning of the Pac-12 tournament. And, it's funny. There's a little story there behind the Dalen Terry Gatorade dunk to to Tommy Lloyd. Apparently, early in the season, in preseason, Dalen Terry was traveling too much. And Tommy Lloyd said, "Hey, listen, I can't play you if you're traveling too much." And he sent him to footwork boot camp, not literally, but, as a section on the court to make sure that he got his footwork down so he wouldn't travel. So, because, the way the Gatorade dump originally started out, I believe it was the 85 Bears, if not definitely the 86 Giants, where they were actually upset at the coach for working them so hard. And it was like a way to get the coach back for working them so hard during the years to dump the Gatorade on him. So Dalen Terry got to dump the Gatorade on Tommy Lloyd.
You don't often see it in basketball because of the nature of one being outdoors on a field and the other one being indoors on an already slick wooden floor. But it was fun to see. Jason, there's always images that you'll remember as a fan, as a broadcaster, of just those certain moments in time of a special team. When you look at that 97 team, you've got there's so many. I mean, we got Lute with the trophy is one we all remember. We remember Miles Simon hugging the basketball, that kind of thing. The tongue out after the made 3-point basket by Dalen Terry against UCLA might be one of those moments that we'll look back on. I'm not crowning this team national champion just yet, but it could be one of those moments that we'll always remember about a team that I think will always have a special place in our hearts. We think of the Steve Kerr's teams, and we think of the 97 national championship team. We think maybe there's a couple of teams that people like with the Sean Miller era, but definitely we'll remember this first year in the Tommy Lloyd era. Regardless of what happens here at the end, we hope it goes a long way. We hope they win a national championship. Wouldn't that be fitting on the 25th anniversary of the 97 championship to win another one? But that's one of those moments I think I'll always remember, is watching them win a Pac-12 championship. And Jason, they didn't need to win that Pac-12 championship. That was all, themselves saying, we want to win a championship. They've already locked up a number one seed. They did that because they wanted to win a championship so badly and beat their rival. And I think as Wildcat fans, we can appreciate that.
Yeah, and they also proved that they're tournament tested. So we've got a comment here, but will they go all the way? Well, we're about to find out. Umar Ballo is the only player on this team who had played in an NCAA tournament game, and he didn't play much with Gonzaga last year. Remember, these guys had a self-imposed sanction where they couldn't play in the tournament, and then the year before, COVID canceled it, and I don't think they made it the year before. And then the year before that, Buffalo blew them out in the first round. So we haven't really had a lot of tournament action here, but what it showed was, they could win a lot of games in a short amount of time. They could rise to the moment. They could handle the situation down by 11 in the second half to UCLA and come back. It showed that they could be a battle-tested team, and they weren't just blowing out. University of Texas Rio Grande or whatever. They could beat good teams in a short amount of time.
I look at this. Can they go all the way? Of course they can go all the way. It worries me a little bit, Jason, that we've got all these national pundits who've got Gonzaga playing Arizona, and I see about half of them picking Arizona, the other half picking Gonzaga. I talked to Ryan Hansen. It's in our special all-in special that's streaming on all of our channels, and you can watch that, and I hope you will. But I talked to Ryan Hansen, who we had on last week as well, the analyst for basketball and radio. And we both think, the number one and most intriguing matchup would be Gonzaga versus Arizona. And we can do this on a Tuesday before the tournament starts and say, what if? And wouldn't that be great if the teacher goes up against his pupil, his star student, and that would be Mark Few against Tommy Lloyd. Will that happen? I don't know. The odds are long. Everybody's like, oh, they're number one. It doesn't always work out that way, but wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be a great kind of fitting way for this 2022 team to end up?
Number one seeds do get beat, but maybe that game's in the cards. I was texting with a buddy back from back home on the East Coast. He doesn't get to see these West Coast teams play as much, and he didn't really know all about the Tommy Lloyd 19 years and how emotional that is. I said, I think maybe this game's in the cards. Pick the other number one seed teams to lose. So, all right. So anyway, moving on to the women's. We had a little technical issue there, so I don't know if the women's bracket can come up, but if it can, we'll see there about the Wildcats playing UNLV in a 4-13 game, and that's going to be at McHale Center on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Definitely, Pat, there's some interesting storylines with that game. You've got Sam Thomas going up against her sister, and a coach of UNLV who respects Adia Barnes so much that actually uses some of her plays late in the game. So some storylines there for Saturday night.
It is, and I think wouldn't that be the highest form of flattery is when somebody steals one of your plays? But the ultimate respect was she stole the play and then told everybody afterwards where she got it, and you do not see that very often. So credit to UNLV for admitting where they got the play. But that just shows you how well respected Adia Barnes is. It shows what a great mind she is. And by the way, she got named to the national team. She'll be an on-court coach for their training camp. I think this sets up, just as a side note, don't you get the sense that Adia Barnes is being groomed to be the national coach for women's basketball at some point? At some point down the line, I think Adia Barnes, that's my opinion. That's kind of where I see this going, that she'll get that opportunity to maybe take one of our women's national USA basketball teams to an Olympics at some point.
Okay, I'll handle this question here. What does the women's team need to watch out for against UNLV? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen UNLV play this year, but I don't think it's so much about UNLV as it is about Arizona. They weren't playing great towards late in the year, and then Katereese dislocated her shoulder. I just passed by Katereese here in the corridor and said hello, and I don't want to read too much into what I thought her mood was just as I passed her in the hall, but she's going to try. She is not 100% healthy. I believe The Athletic reported that she's 100% healthy. That's not what I'm hearing. She's healthy enough to play. She dislocated her shoulder, and we're going to know before too long, how she does. There's definitely going to be some adrenaline there, but to ask them to win those 2 games, even though they're home without Katereese, playing well, I think that's tough, and if they get by these 2 games and they go to Greensboro and they play South Carolina in the Sweet 16 and they get blown out by South Carolina, I can live with that. South Carolina is really, really good. This team, it's been unfortunate that they have not been able to host the last 2 years. They would have 2 years ago when COVID canceled the tournament. They would have last year when the whole thing was moved to San Antonio for the bubble. I'm so glad they get to host this year. If they have big crowds and win 2 games, to me, that's a successful year, and the cavalry is coming next year with 3 really good recruits.
Well, that's exactly right.
As we look at Kate's dislocated shoulder,
and this is her watching them play the final game of the home game of the year. But she's not 100%. It's not accurate to say that. You're right, Jason. But I've seen, and they've done a good job with social media, getting the video out there, just letting everybody know. Maybe that was to help reassure the selection committee at the end of last week. They showed her in practice, and she's moving well. She's able to shoot. She's able to shoot with that same shoulder. I think things look good, but as you know, that's a serious injury. That's one that, who knows, down the road she could need some follow-up cleanup surgery, something like that. We don't know. It's not 100%, but she's good to go for now, and we'll see how it goes. You mentioned it. The thing that concerns me is even with Katereese, they were still having problems scoring towards the end of the season, Jason. And I don't know exactly why that was. I know that they played really well at the beginning of the season. They were kind of rolling along, and then just all of a sudden, maybe as the field kind of caught up to them, and you expect your team to continue to get better and progress as the season goes along, it just wasn't happening for the Wildcats to the extent that we saw, say, the year before when they went to the national championship game.
Yeah. Pat, you're a base. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, so I'm with you. I would love to think they can get by these first 2 games. No game is going to be easy for this team, and it shouldn't be. It's the NCAA tournament. If they get past these 2, there's one thing we've learned. While you might have an Arizona do what they did last year, they still were a number 3 seed last year. They didn't come out of nowhere last year. It would be highly improbable for them to beat a South Carolina, especially since South Carolina is the number 1 of the number 1s and expected to go all the way.
Pat, you're a baseball guy, and I know the expression in baseball, speed doesn't go into a slump. That's kind of like the Arizona women's basketball defense. Their defense doesn't go into a slump, but I'll tell you what, their shooting sure does. They got to make some shots, and they got to need Sam Thomas to score. All right.
Yeah, there's another baseball thing, and that is, Jason, that hitting is contagious. And
Right.
right now for Arizona basketball, scoring needs to be contagious.
That's right.
Unfortunately, it's the other way around right now.
Yeah. All right. So, in the NCAA women's tournament last year, there's the big controversy when they got a video of what the women's locker room looked like and what the men's locker room looked like, and the inequality
and
and
the weights.
kind
It was
of,
the weight, the weight room,
the weight
all
room.
that
That's
kind
what I
of stuff.
meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. So, I don't know if Darren Revell just kind of wanted to get himself in the news or whatever, but he sent out a tweet that was kind of interesting that we're going to show here. And the tweet was about a commercial. It has to do with a commercial from Buick. And the commercial from Buick was, about how so many people missed some great women's action because they weren't watching. And so Darren Revell tweets, "The spot by Buick is really weird. Women get less coverage during March Madness because there's less madness, fewer upsets, and the bracket is predictable. That's all. It's not the same product." Okay. So the part that he is right about is, sure, there isn't quite as much parity in the women's tournament as the men's tournament, but that's not really how I would look at it. The way that I would look at it is I would not compare the women's tournament to the men's tournament. I would compare the women's basketball right now to where women's basketball was 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, and how much better that product is now. And certainly for us here in Tucson, oh my goodness, this women's basketball team was historically not so good. We are now on the verge of having a perennial power, thanks to what Adia Barnes is here. So in sum, Pat, I'd compare women's basketball to how women's basketball was, not compare women's basketball to men's basketball. There's no reason to compare those two.
Well, and it's like, I don't hear everybody, comparing men's college basketball to the NBA or the NBA to the WNBA. I mean, there's just it is what it is. And I'm with you, Jason. The product of women's basketball right now is far superior to what it was 25 years ago. It's superior to what it was 15 years ago. It's better than it was 5 years ago. So the point is, as this game of women's college basketball, which is different than the men, which is different than the WNBA or the NBA, as it progresses, we're getting to see what we saw last year. Who can look at the Final Four last year and say it wasn't competitive and it wasn't madness and it wasn't appealing? Are you kidding me? Arizona beat UConn, and then and Arizona moves on and plays Stanford and almost won that game. So while he's right, his point is taken. UConn, South Carolina, Stanford, they're there every year. Okay, we get that. But that's not that much unlike the men's side of the bracket. We can name, let's say, 8 teams that are almost guaranteed that three of those 8 teams are going to be in the Final Four every year, right? So it's getting better. It will continue to get better, and I just don't see any reason to compare it. I really don't.
Yeah, and we'll take your comments too here on King on 9 streaming platform if you want to write about that or anything else. I think Darren Revell kind of just wanted to get himself. I think he hasn't been in the news recently. I think that's maybe what he wanted to do, and he's kind of stir something up. But he's on to the next one. Let's see, Alex Steiner. I know we're talking basketball and Bear Down, but holy smoke! Hey, Alex Steiner, you got your wish. I told you, Pat, that Tom Brady was going to play this year. I told you. I thought it was going to be with San Francisco, and I thought what was going to happen was the Bucs were going to get their quarterback, and then it would be kind of too late for him to rejoin the Bucs. I think he kind of wanted to play for the 49ers this year, but that's not the way it's going to work. The Bucs didn't want to see him anywhere else. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, all I know is there is a adage in all professional sports, and that is never make up your mind in that first few weeks after your season comes to an end. I mean, that is set in stone. Don't make up your mind about retirement right after the season is over. And if
you're not drained physically, you're drained emotionally.
That's why you don't do it.
It's like when players have a 10-minute cooling off period after a game.
Right. He could have waited till what day was that happened? Sunday. He could have waited till Sunday to make that decision. So that's the thing that bothers me is
some announcement and not interfere with it.
But he should know better than anybody. I mean, this is not only one of the greatest athletes we've seen. He's very intelligent. I'm very I guess I'm disappointed that he made that decision so quickly that he then ended up reversing. And I know you'll say, well, he never used the word retirement. He said he was not feeling it. He was going to be done. And so now he's not. Fine, whatever. Just next time, I'm not going to believe him until the season starts and he's not quarterbacking again.
Yeah. All right. Publicity stunt for Darren Revell, yes. For Tom Brady, no. I don't think that had to do with that. So, all right. So to wrap things up here, Pat, I'm headed back to the station. I'm going to do the 6 o'clock today on K-Gun. I believe you're going to do the 10 o'clock sports because I'm going to start preparing for
Actually, I'm taking the 10 o'clock off too.
Okay.
But your sportscast will be done by Heidi, and she'll do a great job. The only reason I'm taking that is because it might be the only night I can take off between now and say Sunday. So
are you working tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow.
Okay, because we've got Ryan's story on Tommy Lloyd that we should run. I think we should run that tomorrow.
And I definitely will run that tomorrow.
Ryan Fish, our K-Gun weekend anchor.
Yeah, Ryan does a great job too. And I'm almost to the point where I'm pleading with people. Please check out our All-In special that's streaming now on all of our platforms: Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV. It is a great look back and a kind of a look at right now, the snapshot in time as they begin this NCAA tournament. I think it's one of the as far as content goes, Jason, one of the better specials we've done, and I think we're really proud of it. And I think that people will get a lot out of it.
Yeah, a couple of the stories, your 25th anniversary of the 1997 championship team. I did a story on how Dalen Terry is trying to take advantage of name, image, likeness, and also Sam Thomas as she ends her Wildcat career after five seasons, and then a couple of stories from Ryan Fish, our weekend news anchor. So I will showcase that. That's streaming, and then I'm headed to San Diego tomorrow, and my reports will start live on K-Gun 9, 6 a.m. and 6:30 beginning Thursday morning. I'll also be reporting for our ABC station in Phoenix and our sister stations, the Montana News Network, and also, Pat, the Zamunda News Network. That's that's ZNN. That's a fictional news network in Africa from the movie Coming to America.
Yeah, Coming to
America too. So on that note, all right, Pat, I'll see you back at the station in a little bit. For Pat Parris, I'm Jason Barr. Thanks everybody for watching here on the Huddle on K-Gun 9's streaming platforms, our digital sports show. I believe we'll see you back here at the next week at this time.
Yep.
We will, something else crazy could be happening, but with them in San Antonio, or the women too. So we'll see. But anyway, that's the plan. Thanks everybody, and this has been the Huddle here on K-Gun 9 streaming platforms. We'll see you next time.